Hey, what's up, guys? Well, Monica just received new support, new three cards. We got this one, we got Inventaire, and Disarmina. They're really decent, and now you can actually play this deck as a pure version with this new support. There is a very good combo that you can do with this deck, and it requires two cards. There isn't really a strong one card combo in this deck, so mainly you want to see one of these opening hands. You want to see the new main monster, or the field spell, or terraforming. And for the second card, you want to see either Inventaire or Siletta. So 7 of these cards, or 6. You want to see one of each. To do this combo, I'll start with these two. Show you what the combo looks like. Okay, so with this, you kind of need a discard, so you would have to play with a full hand going first, you know. This is not very good after your opponent cracks your board. So first thing to do is start with the new girl. Very decent Stratos for this deck. You can either open Terraforming, the field spell to get to her, or just play her. Let's do a normal summon her. Activate the effect. The effect can only activate if she's normal or pendulum summoned. And you will add this one, Inventaire. Either if you opened Inventaire, you would add Soletta. So this card is pretty nice. If you control her, well, you have to control a non-pendulum. Yes, so if you had the other pendulum ones on the field, you wouldn't be able to activate the second effect. This you would mostly use the second effect going first. Going second, the second effect actually matters. So you would what's the effect? Here you will pick these two. You will add the angel to the hand. Set the other one on your from the extra monster zone. I mean the extra deck. Here is where you need your discard. Activate Angel Valmonica. Discard one of your other cards. And now you have to start building up counters. And with the new cards, you can actually do it pretty decently. So with this one, you want to burn yourself and search. So that builds up one counter. You're going to search for Sarah. Sarah lets you send a card to the graveyard, which actually is important now because of the new support. But activate, burn yourself to get another counter. Send in one of each trap. Usually, it's not very optimal to play both traps in the deck, but for now, since I'm playing pure, uh, I'm playing it too. But the most optimal one, the best one, Interruption, is this one. Rhythm. Just send it to the graveyard. Okay, now uh, you will Pendulum Summon. She has the effect to apply to copy one of the card's effect that burns you. So we're gonna activate the one that adds to the hand. Take a buff on that. And we're gonna add the new card. That's why it was important to actually send a card now. We're gonna add the new card. Disharmonia. We're gonna activate the effect. Give your angel a counter since the demon already has 3 counter. You're going to use the second effect, burn in yourself. and returning a card from the graveyard. And now you're going to return your trap. Now you have free access to the trap with full counters on the demon, which is very, very excellent. Since now you have three or more counters, you can special summon the demonic hollow. Set and you will pass. This may not seem as a lot, but it's actually multiple layers of interruptions. Here, you have Rhythm, which can use both effects since you control a link. You want to prioritize using the gain effect since you want to build up your counters on the Angel Valmonica, because when she has 3 or more counters, during the battle phase, she will activate one of her secret effects to special summon the other ones. So now you have Interruption, destroy a spell and trap, and return a monster on the field. So just let your opponent play until you can utilize both effects. You don't have to use both effects. You don't have to control the link to use the trap. If your opponent somehow interrupts you and just attacks and gets rid of the link, because they cannot attack into this one, she has protection, you can still use one of these effects. So after you use this effect, you can now use Hollow Heathen to copy the trap. So let's demonstrate. Hopefully the AI does something. Excellent. He did not play a spell electro. So let me demonstrate this. So we activate both. You have to, they're optionals, but the 5-point gain, taking damage, just optional. So you have taken life, which builds up on this, and have taken damage. You just return a monster. Let's say your opponent kept playing and doing stuff. Again, you could use the Demonic Hollow to copy the effect of the trap in the grave. You can apply both since you control the link, but if you somehow they got rid of it, you can still use it because you control the other Valmonica. Again, they're optional. Optional effect, but the gaining is not optional. So now this okay. So now your angelic your Angel Valmonica has 3 counters. If you have the field spell, the field spell says if one of your cards gain 3 counters, on the 3rd counter that is gained, you will be able to take control of a monster your opponent controls. Assuming this is still the opponent's turn, when this hits 3 counter, you just steal one of your opponent monster after the multiple layers of interruptions with the Hollow Heathen and the trap being able to activate it twice. Well, let's say after doing all that, your opponent still plays and can still continue. Let's say they go to the battle phase and declare attack on you. On attack declaration, you'll be able to activate the secret effect of the Angel Valmonica. Says once per turn, when an opponent's monster declare an attack, immediately after the attack resolve, link summon one Valmonica link monster. Doesn't matter what you use to link, but you want to use this one, the new girl. Using the new girl to link into the new one. This is during the battle phase after your opponent declares an attack. Would link summon to the new one. Here, if your opponent controls anything, you have to target. If this card is linked summon, you can target monster your opponent controls to the number of resonant counters. So let's say they have five monsters. You can just target all of them, destroy them. Then chain link 2, this would be chain link 1. Chain link 2 to chain block that effect. So let's say they attack with Baron. They can't really use Baron to negate this. This would chain block it. Because when this is sent to the graveyard, you'll just be able to add it to the hand. This is very, very nice interruption. And now the deck can actually play and do something. and you can actually play in the pure version. Now, the combo, I'm gonna show you why I play this guy, Soul Synchro. Combo with this, you can actually go to Baron for doing a lot of this stuff. You can just go to Baron early. It's I wouldn't recommend unless depending on your opening hand. But you could have gone into the after you've done your search and added your scales. Could have gone just synchron this special. Go into the black one guy. This is best to do. This is best to do when you have the field spell on the field. So if you have started with your field spell instead of main deck one, just use Zephyros to bounce your field spell. So this special summon Zephyros. But let's just assume that was your field spell. Synchron to Excel, then reborn. Salt Synchron. Go into. It's one way to go to Baron in this deck. Again, the original play was 3 summons, so that play does not die to Nibiru. So that was the first play. So looking at the deck, so he's back. See John. Okay, nice. So best optimal deck for me right now after testing is to play 3 of the new girl. She's basically a Stratos, so you want to have her. 3 of Inventor. She's very good target to search off the new girl. And 3 of Disharmony because this effect right here, the first effect is very good. Putting a resonance counter can accelerate your plays. The trap you just play 1 of, that's usually the best one. But if you're playing more of a pure just like this, which the deck couldn't be played in pure before, but now it can with all this new support. And Assault Synchron to go into your Synchro, climb into Baron. Your 1 brick is Zephyros, which is not really a brick. You can pendulum summon him. And your non-engine hand traps, just 9 slots. You just put the best in the current format. And there's a lot of secret combos and good plays you can make with this deck. For example, you just open this. Let's see. You just open this. The new Stratos monster. And you search your consistency card. You use the second effect to get your scales. So here, before you set up your scales, let's say you're trying to break your opponent board or do anything, you'd go into Artemis, because she's a spellcaster. Well, actually, I made a mistake. You're supposed to have your scales first, because graveyard effect only activates if you have the scales. So she would just come back to the hand, and then you would just pendulum summon. She doesn't have a down arrow, so you won't be able to pendulum summon this. But you'll be able to pendulum summon her back onto the field after you have placed her scales. And you'll go into SP with an extra deck monster. So if you see this, what would have happened earlier if you had controlled the pendulum scales. Okay, you can mess around with the lot engine. Do this. Play this in your main deck after attacking, doing some damage. Special summon him, attack, then synchro because they're mostly level 4s. You just synchro into your level 8 Watt synchro. He says after you deal damage, you can summon another extra deck one, which is this one. And this one, by the way, all the monsters can attack directly. And this one, after he attacks, you can just hand drop one of your opponent card, which is kind of a cool new engine. You can also use this new card, the Earthbound new card, to burn your stuff. Or, I mean, gain life points. It's just any interruption, level 6, you could go into with Assault Synchron. A lot of cool things to mess around in this deck. Rescue Aces Ilya is nice because they're all white and dark. The pendulums are light and dark. Fortunately, she's water. Ilya is actually neat in this deck. And that should be it. If you guys have any ideas or thoughts, or would like to see more about this deck or test hands, please let me know in the comments.